Okay, Leo, it's your guys's full moon. So let's tap into your energy here so I can start the read for you guys. So I'm telling you, this full moon is very playful. It's very sensual. There's a lot of energy to it. It's very loving. Like it's a connection. This full moon's all about connection. And you guys are going to be feeling it. Okay, if you have Leo anywhere in your chart, you're going to be feeling this full moon. Okay, so full moon is tomorrow in the sign of Leo. If you like the channel, absolutely like, subscribe, hit the notification bell so you can be notified. You can be notified whenever I upload another video. That being said, is that all needs to be said? Okay, so let's pray. Great Creator, Father God, Divine Mother, Mother Mary, angels, ancestors, and spirit guides, I just pray and ask for wisdom and clarity and protection for any messages need to come through for the collective sign of Leo for this, their full moon in Leo read. In Jesus' name, amen. So we're going to start out with the Moonology deck, go to Moonology Manifestations, then the Crow Tarot, and my shuffle. And I may pull a few extra cards for you guys. It is your guys' full moon, so. Okay, one off the top, one off the bottom. Expect powerful change, new moon eclipse, and a fiery climax approaches, full moon in Aries. I feel like this was a cycle you guys were going through. Every time the cards come out this way, or there's two full moons or two new moons, I feel like it's a cycle. Sometimes it is, sometimes it isn't. This is a cycle. You started putting change into place, change of diet, change in habits, this previous new moon. Now look, could be something small, but even something small can make a powerful change as associated in your life. Like it can be felt all the way through your life, changing your habits. What is it? 21 days to form a habit, I think. But I feel like with the full moon and Aries card, it's about relationships too. You have something going on. Could be friends, family, coworkers. Doesn't necessarily have to be a romantic relationship. There's something there that's going on, that has been going on, and you've maybe even you could have started listening more to the way people were talking. I just feel like it's something that needs to end, though. Fiery climax approaches. I just feel like whatever relationship this is, it just, and that could be for some. I could be picking up the energy of one person. I could be picking up the energy of many people. Full moon in Libra, find a balance. Got two full moons here. First quarter moon in Capricorn, unleash your kindest self. Don't bite back. You don't have to bark. You don't have to growl. You don't have to do that. New moon in Aquarius, open up to change. Starts out with new moon, ends with new moon. And I feel like you're going to be feeling this until the next new moon. There's something here where it's a conflict of interest, I'm hearing. Okay, let's go to the Crow Tarot. All right, one more. Whatever this is, though, let's just keep going back to the relationship thing. You're gonna have to find the balance within and of yourself. Could be one of those lessons for you that you're depending too much on others. King of Pentacles. I don't feel like that's your energy either. Devil. Four of Wands. Five of Wands. There's that argument. And Hierophant. Okay, if you're dealing with somebody else, okay, I'll say that too. You're dealing with someone else and you're seeing the bad qualities in them. Sometimes, and actually most of the time, we see the bad qualities in others because it's bad quality in us. It's not that they're triggering it in us to bring it up necessarily, but it's one of those things that if we can spot it, it needs to be healed within us. And you do this with, like, you can have kids and your kids could trigger that in you. You can have friends, siblings, coworkers that they'll do something and it's like, oh, I hate that. Do I do that? And it's the question of, because with the Devil card here, it's just like you're getting a glimpse into what you're doing to someone else. Because everyone's quick to point fingers and you're the cause here, you're the problem. And this needs to be like, you need to look at yourself closer. This full moon energy is going to release you from a lot of things. It's very playful. It's light, like it's a light feeling, but this already looks heavy. But I feel like with the full moon in your guys' sign, you're going to be feeling it more. At the same time, there's something here that you need to free yourself from. There's an argument here because it's over stability. Hierophant, though, you got 2 5s, which is number of change. The Hierophant is, that's your energy. It's like you're trying to teach this person how to do better. And it's a yucky energy. It is. But I feel like that's why you get this card. Open up to change. Because it's not always about the other person. If you're not willing to change yourself and to change aspects of yourself, then, I mean, how can you expect somebody else to change? I just keep getting that feeling. This can be a cross watcher. It's going to be someone in your energy, but it's one of those situations of, if you were to do this, I wouldn't have to do this. If you were to act this way, I wouldn't have to do this. That's the entire, like, that's the energy here. And if you're dealing with somebody like this, walk away from them. But I feel like it's going to come to a head. Now, that's the thing, is that Hierophant is teaching, okay? The entire argument's going to be a lesson for you if you pay attention. And it's going to be one of those things of, what should I change within myself? So if you pay attention to this, you can find balance because there's a possibility of healing here. 4 of Wands about stability, and it's all centered around money. Money, stability, resources. And there's a lesson if you listen. See, Leos on the light side are listeners. They pay attention to every single little detail. On the shadow side of it, they can shut themselves down and just, it's not my fault, it's everyone else's. I'm not paying attention to them. Everyone should watch me with the right way to go. So you got a light side and a shadow side here. And I feel like you are going to be asked to balance that. There's something that was put into play this last new moon that's going to change the aspect of how you see yourself. And you're going to have to address it. Because if you don't address it now, this is like shadow work. This is what this looks like. Yeah, Queen of Swords. 5 of Cups. King of Wands. There's the World. And 2 of Swords. Queen of Swords is really about standing your own power, but you got light side to this and shadow side to it. Like I said, light side to it is I have the power to face my own shadows and heal them. The shadow side to it is I also have the power to manipulate the other person into believing what I want them to believe and to make them believe that it was all their fault. If you're dealing with somebody like this, like I said, walk away from them. If this is something that you struggle with, all it is a wound that you're refusing to look at. King of Wands here, it's your energy. That's the talker. And I feel like anyone that's going to talk their way into, let's put it this way. Anyone that's going to feel like they have to talk their way into what they want is someone that's been a survivalist. They felt like they had to fight to survive no matter what's happened in their life. They haven't been seen. There's a wound of rejection there. There's a wound of invisibility, and that is a wound if you're invisible. And I feel like this is what this is. This is taking a closer look at it, because you keep talking like light side to Aries. This is Aries card. Light side to Aries is talker, social contact. Shadow side to this is temper tantrum. Not using your words to benefit. Not using your words beneficially. Let's put it that way. Because temper tantrums is to benefit yourself. But this is talking without listening. It's, I'm giving the direction. I'm in charge. And it's like you have this whole little world that's built here that you're going to have to sit down and make a decision which way you want to go with this. Two of Swords. Crossroads. Are you going to face this shadow? Or are you going to sit here and repeat this? Because if these are wounds that you're not healing, what is it saying? Hurt people hurt people. I mean, this looks very manipulative. It does. Like, I'm right, you're wrong. I'll have to teach you the way to do this because you don't know what you're doing. And it's that energy of it. I'll tell you what's going on. You don't come and tell me. That means you're in the shadow side and you're not in an energy of listening. You need to listen. You need to open yourself up. There has to be a balance there. You have to be, not listen to gain information, but listen to hear what the other person is saying. Let me pull additional cards. I don't like this for you guys. See, Emperor. There's Aries energy again. And the Sun. There you go. And Seven of Cups. See, the Emperor, another Aries. But the Emperor listens as much as they talk. This is where you can really step into your happiness. The light, if you listen to the shadow and let it talk to you. But right now, emotionally, it's like an emotionally confusing time for you. And the full moon may not make it any better, may not bring you clarity, but you have to, there's a lot of fours here. You could be seeing repeating numbers. But the Emperor is really about getting yourself balanced, getting yourself straight. Everything the way you were designed to be. Listening and giving. There has to be a balance. Listening and talking. The way you think about yourself, the way you talk. But when it's thoughts and actions are swords. So you get out of your headspace to put action towards it. With wands, it's words, but it's listening as much as it is talking. So this is a lesson about listening. not listening for information you need, but listening to the pain of others, listening to even the way you talk to other people. Because that's how you're going to get to your happiness, even though it may look emotionally confusing and you'll be in your emotions and it's just a confusing moment, but you're going to have to listen. There's a change that wants to come in, an evolution of you. Queen of Pentacles, the King and Queen of Pentacles, Nine of Swords and Eight of Swords. What did I say about the swords? Thoughts and actions. Queen of Pentacles, King of Pentacles is divine masculine's giving. Queen of Pentacles is receiving. But it's not just about money. It's receiving resources, lessons, receiving love, relationships, connections, receiving direction. Pentacles is tangibility. I feel like when it comes to where you are, it's more of a divine masculine type of energy. I give direction. I do this. I do this. You listen to me. I'm in charge. Now, if you're in a romantic relationship and both of you are in the divine masculine energy and there's no balance there, the relationship is just going to play this tug of war back and forth because two people can't, you don't control the ship. If two people are controlling it, you work together. It doesn't mean that the divine masculine is in control and divine feminine isn't. That's not what I'm saying. You work together as a team. If there's no working together here, then you're going to have this tug of war back and forth. If you don't want to be in a space to where you're sitting down listening and receiving the direction or instruction, and there's still a tug of war, like I said, there's just going to be this on just continuing battle. By the time if you go through this and really balance yourself out and listen to yourself and find this give and take pull here, and this could even be in the workplace, because if you're a person that can't take direction, your job is going to get very irritated with you. And I'm not saying this is anyone. But if you can't take direction, if you can't change, if you can't evolve with changing times, and you can't learn something new or learn a new task and be teachable, then they're going to look elsewhere. The one thing that every job is looking for is someone that's teachable, someone that's pliable, someone that can step into the position and be able to evolve and change with it. If you are the emperor and you're dealing with another emperor and there's no gender in tarot, then maybe you need to look for an empress. But if you can't, because I'm saying, if you can't step into the divine feminine and receive and listen and hear the direction and step into that to heal this connection, then all you're doing is tug and pull. It's back and forth. Queen of Pentacles is someone that listens, someone that receives. And I feel like if you step out from the divine masculine into the divine feminine, what's going to end up happening is Nine of Swords is grief, but it's sleepless nights, but it's healing. It's also you're in your head, obsessively thinking. Then you go Eight of Swords. There's that mental cage. By the time you receive this, that's the reason you don't want to step into that, because you don't want to be stuck in your head. You don't want to think the worst possible case scenario. You just want to stay in this space of everything's fine if it's done my way. And Leos have a tendency to do that. They do. Everything's fine just as long as it's my way, because my way's right. And they do. I'm just going to be honest. And it's the shadow side to Leo, but I mean, they don't roar that often, unless, of course, you cross that boundary and tell them that it's not done the right way. And then you get the roar. But if you were to step into the divine feminine and listen and take the direction, this is what's going to happen. And I think that's what's holding you back from doing it. You're going to be in your head. You're going to feel like, great, everything's falling apart. And it's going to be, it's going from one extreme. Like, I feel like it goes from one extreme to the other. It does. And there's just, it's an underlying wound here. And I feel like it came from, this is from school, like this school time. Like, this is a childhood wounding. A childhood wounding of, it's almost like not being able to run with popular kids, that type of thing. Like, you couldn't find your place. When you can't find your social circle, you make your own. I hung out with headbangers, grits. They called them the grits in school because we were just like ragtag bunch of, all of us, that none of us really just, we considered ourselves rejects. Like, we didn't fit in anywhere. So all of us fit in together and we became a family in and of ourselves, like this big group of us. This, though, looks like this person wanted to run with those, like a group of kids in school that had rejected them for some reason. Like, they never fit in. So now they're trying to force their way in, if that makes sense. Like, I sit here. I don't care if you don't want me to sit here. This is my seat. This is how this feels. And Sun's happiest card in the deck. You're only happy, though, when you get to pick your chair. So this, like I said, this is a wounding. If you step into this Queen of Pentacles, if you step into receiving the truth, because Pentacles is also truth. It's also stuff you need to know. It's tangible. It's Pentacles. You need Pentacles. If you step into that, there's healing with it, and you'll be able to go to the root of this. But if you don't, it's going to be one of those things of, this will only work my way. This feels like a my way or the highway type of thing. That's how this looks like. Three of Wands, Magician, Star. Waiting on something you've manifested that'll put you front and center. King of Cups, Eight of Pentacles, and Knight of Wands. Oh, God. There's a lesson here that it's like, okay, full moon is when divine feminine is furthest away from divine masculine. She makes the circuit from the divine masculine or from the sun out furthest from him, and then she returns. New moon is about connection. Full moon is about giving everything, but to not give so much that you break, because you have to also close that cycle out and come back. King of Cups here. It's like you have someone on a, how do I even put this? Just say it. My guy just say it. Said it. Just say it. You can't be in a relationship where you tell them how to love you. You can't do that. Like, it's not, you can't tell someone how to love you and then expect them to work on themselves, say the right thing, come in and apologize because you didn't do this the right way. Like, this is how this feels. You didn't approach me the right way, leave the room and come back. Like this almost feels like a parent and child energy. And if this is a romantic relationship and you're treating them like a child, they're not going to stick around. But on the business front here, you're manifesting something that's going to put you front and center. It is. And this is the only thing you have on your mind right now. Work, career. The rest of it, though, is, well, they'll learn how to do this. Leos do, in the shadow side of Leo, they do have a tendency to do that. They do. You have to find a balance, though, because Leos are the lion, sign of the lion. Lions are head of the pride. If you look at how a pride basically is run, the females, the lioness, the divine feminine, does the hunting, the majority of the hunting to feed the pack. The divine masculine, head of the pride, they make more babies. Like they're just get the women knocked up. Like they have a job to do. But this is the thing, is that on a personal level, relationship level, this is, you can't tell someone how to approach you or how to love you, how to respond to you. You can't do that. You can't expect them to go work on yourself, come back when you figure it out type of energy here. Yeah, 9 of Wands, 5 of Swords, and there's your guys' card. 9 of Wands, being very defensive. 5 of Swords, deceit. It's like secrets, thoughts, actions. And there's Leo card, strength, courage. This is why you're treating this person this way, because you have plans behind the scenes that they don't know about. And it may be one of those issues where you're afraid of what they're going to say. You're afraid of what they're going to do. So that's why the deceit is here. That's why these mind games, you're playing these mind games with them, because you're trying to find the courage to even tell them about this. This could be a new job. I feel like it's career related. You're switching jobs with them. Yeah, Ace of Pentacles. There's that door opening, Death card. Page of Cups. This could even be one of those things of trying to find an excuse, because that's how this felt too. Trying to find an excuse to walk away from somebody. Ace of Pentacles, door opening. That's an open door. I always see that as open door. Death card, transformation. Page of Cups, though, is it's creativity, but it's little cup. So this could be one of those things of walking away from them. It's almost like leaving in the middle of the night type of thing. Like, I'm gone. I'm not doing this. That's why you've been on the defensive. And it's always their fault. Because that's the thing too. And I don't know why I didn't pick it up in the beginning of this. I don't know why I didn't pick it up. Half the time you start, what's the 2 rules about romantic relationship that you're in? The one is, if one partner accuses the other one of cheating, high percentage of the time, the person that accuses the other one of cheating are cheating. In the same vein, the one that accuses the other one of not being involved enough, you're not loving enough, you're not doing this the right way, you're not doing that the right way, they're looking for an excuse to bail out. Half the time, and I'm not even going to say half the time, all the time, mind games like this don't need to be played. All you got to do is sit down and tell the other person. All you got to do is sit down and tell the other person. It's a conversation needs to be had, just have the conversation, no matter what happens. I mean, yeah, 5 of Pentacles, the Moon, 8 of Cups. Someone is going to be left out in the cold. I don't feel like it's you. I think you're walking away from somebody. And I think you were looking for an excuse to do that. And I think you were planning to do that anyway. So you didn't even need to go through all of that. You didn't. All you had to do was tell them, I don't want to be with you anymore. I don't want to do this anymore. And just walk away. Moon is, there's secrets. But this is during the full moon. I feel like this is going to happen. And following your heart elsewhere. There's some other direction that you're going. Knight of Pentacles, long coming, Nine of Pentacles. To your wish fulfillment, new beginning. So you're walking away from someone. On the way out the door, though, this is what I have to say. This is what I have to say. If this is the energy of somebody treating you like that, then sit down and tell them on the way out the door. If this is you treating them like that in order to leave, don't do that. Don't do that. You don't have to do that. Like I said, just sit them down and talk to them. Just tell them, like, I'm done. We've run our course, you know, because you got two. This is 18 and 8s. So you got 2 8s here, which is new beginning. The 10 is closing out one door and opening another door. This is stepping through a new door. In this full moon, whoever this is, if you're trying to sneak away, like in the middle of the night, I don't even feel like you have to do that. Like you've just been biding your time for something and you're just heading out. Tell them. Or if you're just done with the conversation, this could be it too. This is another energy I'm picking up too. If you're just done talking and you just don't want to do it, and you just end up walking away. Most Leos do that too when they're just done talking. They'll just walk away. But the 5 of Swords is very deceitful. This is leaving someone else out in the cold though. No explanation. It's just bye. King of Swords. So Queen of Swords, King of Swords. There's the Justice card, balance, 7 of Pentacles. See, there's a lot of divine feminine, divine masculine energy here. More divine masculine, though. More divine masculine. King of Swords very guarded, and it's cutting people down. The Justice card is finding balance. Here's planting new seeds with 7 of Pentacles, but this is, you have to watch what you say. I'm just going to say that. All of this is watch what you say and listen to another person. Like listen to the person that you're closest to. If you listen to them, pay attention to what they say during this full moon, it's not going to be this havoc, because this feels like havoc here. Like you're very guarded, wanting justice. You feel like you've been wronged in some way. And 7 of Pentacles. Keep getting nest egg with that. Like, yeah, there's the tower. And I feel like you're blowing up the tower. 2 of Pentacles and Judgment. Oh, Leos, what in the world? You're blowing up the tower on this. And you've been going back and forth your mind about it. Should I do this? Should I do that? Should I do this? Should I do that? And having to really make a judgment call on this. Like, and 2, this is also with the Devil card in the beginning and King of Pentacles. Look, if you walk away from somebody, that's the one thing too. And I want to say this, whoever this is for, if you're walking away from somebody, you don't have to badmouth them after you leave. What is that song? There's a song. I forget who it's by. It's called Villain. I can be the villain. I can take the fall. If that's the way your story goes, then it can be all my fault. And someone that doesn't want to deal with that anymore will say, absolutely. My late husband and I got in an argument. I'll never forget this. We were arguing one day, and I even forget what the argument's about. And that's the thing. When you really love someone, you don't remember the details of the argument. You don't. He was walking away from me and I was arguing with him. He was like, yep. And it's the only time he ever did this. And it pissed me off more than anything else he had ever said to me. He was like, yep, I'm the asshole. Yep, I'm the reason. Yep, I'm the cause of all this. Yep, all my fault. Pissed me off. I'm arguing with you. Come back and argue with me. Like, don't walk away from me like that. And it was we're two fire signs. So Sagittarians don't like to be shut down like that, but we don't like to argue. So when it comes to an argument, it takes a lot for us to step into it. And when we do step into it, we have ample reason to do that. But don't walk away from us then. Like, really, I have chased that man down. Like, you started the argument. I was calm. You started it. Don't do this. But this is how this is how it feels from the other person. Yep, my fault. Yep, my fault. Because usually the one that walks away and they blame the other one, and the other one's quiet about it and don't say anything, and they're willing to take the hit, or they've been dealing with this, they've been dealing with something. So if you're wanting to walk away and it was bad, or you feel like you were shortchanged or victimized, or however this goes, you don't even have to talk about them. You don't even have to do it. Just walk away. Like, I just feel like this was, whoever this is, it was looking for an excuse to walk away from something. Like, you're just fed up. And it could be just the fact that you're wanting to manifest something different. You're wanting to manifest something better for yourself. It could simply be that. So you're just, you know, you're not supposed to be there. You know, you're not supposed to be dealing with this. You know that you're just tired of this. You can't do this anymore. And in this full moon, you're going to feel that. It's going to be one of those things of, why do I have to do this? Why do I have to keep dealing with this? Why is nothing happening yet? And it's that type of energy, and you're just wanting to just move on. You don't have to attack other people though when you do that, because like I said, it shows wounding. It actually shows, yeah, because the wounding of expectation, not even expectation, entitlement. Like, you feel like, I'm entitled to this and I didn't get it. This is mine. Why didn't I get it? Why aren't you giving it to me? And then it's, you know, when you have that, that's also a wound too. That's someone that has struggled with, if they haven't struggled with money, then it's a very parental, like they've used money against you. I mean, you can still have that wounding if you have money, if you don't have money, or you grow up poor and grow up wealthy, because you could have parents that use money against you. You can also have no money and then grow up dirt poor and feel like you just have to fight for everything. So you don't have to look for an excuse to follow your heart. Just, this is almost like starting an argument with the other person to have a reason to leave. This is how this looks. And as soon as the Knight of Pentacles came on the table, it was like, it's been a long time coming. Like, looking for a reason to bail out. You don't need a reason. All you got to do is sit down and have a conversation. There's not going to be. And once you leave, you don't have to badmouth the other person. Just walk away. If it was terrible, it was terrible. You don't have to say anything. Like, seriously. I don't understand the social media thing where everyone puts up their everything that goes on in their life. And then when you ask them, because what is the joke now? We're in season 2 of the reality show. Like, tell us details. And then they go, well, message me, I'll tell you. No, you put it out there. Like, this is just, it's someone that's very angry and very bitter at someone. And they're not even bitter at them. They're just bitter at the hand that they've been dealt, because it's it's like a wound from childhood. Big wound from childhood that hasn't been healed. So unless you want to, not even unless you want to, you're going to have to heal this. Whoever this is for, you're going to have to heal it. But you're going to feel it. And all of this stuff is going to come up in this full moon. You guys are going to feel it. I'm hoping that the rest of the fire signs don't feel like this energy too of it. because it usually goes in cycles with full moon, new moon when it comes to the signs. Air signs, fire signs, earth signs, water signs, whichever. And there's a cycle there. So for the collective sign of Leo, this is your full moon in Leo read, love and light.